So last night, me and my dad went to watch the Eagles, The Last Goodbye, the final tour at the Co-op Live Arena in Manchester, and I just wanted to talk about my experience. Bit of background first. I've been a lifelong fan of the Eagles rock band, and that always surprises people because I'm 26 and I look younger than 26. So when I tell people that my favourite song of all time is Hotel California, they're like, really? Yeah, seriously, the Eagles, that is my jam when it comes to music, and that's because of my dad. He's also been a lifelong fan of the Eagles rock band ever since he was 17 years old, I believe, since the Eagles first formed in the early 1970s. He has just adored this band. And him playing those Eagles songs for me at a very young age, it just kind of ingrained the Eagles and their style of music into my DNA. And because of that, I've just been a fan of rock music in general and classic rock music specifically through my entire life, with the Eagles always being the cream of the crop for me personally. And throughout the years, me and my dad have gone to watch various Eagles tribute bands like Talon and Illegal Eagles, and it's been enjoyable hearing the songs being played by moderately talented musicians in these small gigs and small venues, but I've always yearned to watch the real thing, the actual Eagles rock band for real on stage. My dad had already seen the Eagles 3 times before last night, so back in January when the notification popped up on Twitter that the Eagles were bringing their final tour to Manchester, I was like, I gotta do it. And I messaged my dad saying, do you want to go to this? He gave me a big thumbs up like dads do. And the tickets went on sale, I booked them, so we went. And not only was this my first time seeing the Eagles, it was also my first ever concert in general. I know, that's hard to believe. 26 years old, never been to a concert. I think that's because of my taste in music being very specific, so there just wasn't really anybody I wanted to go see. And the concert took place at the new Co-op Live Arena in Manchester, which has been getting a lot of flack recently because it delayed the opening a bunch of times, there was lots of technical problems and teething issues. And when you're inside the venue, you can definitely tell that it's a brand new arena because you still got the sawdust in the air and there's bits of patches on walls that look like they're waiting for posters or some bits of advertising, but nothing that's like that bothersome. It's just, you can tell. But honestly, me and my dad had virtually no issues with the venue and the organisation of the venue itself. There was a bit of a problem getting in with the barcode on the app because you needed an internet connection to scan it, and it was just being a bit dicky with the internet connection. But once we got past that and into the venue, it was fine. The staff were helpful and friendly, it felt pretty well organised. There's a good selection of bars and restaurants, food and drinks on the 3 levels. But let's talk about the actual gig itself now. It opened up with the Doobie Brothers, who are the support act, and I'll admit I'm not that familiar with the Doobie Brothers. I know one of their songs, which is What a Fool Believes, thanks to GTFI, and it was cool hearing that live, to be fair. But it was very much a warm-up, whetting our appetites for the main attraction with some live rock music, some good vocals. And then the Eagles finally took to the stage, and that's where this became one hell of a night to remember for the rest of my life. It's safe to say that hearing these songs being played live by the real Eagles for the first time ever in person was just an overwhelming experience. And on a technical level, the presentation and the sound quality in the arena, absolutely top-notch. The instruments packed all the punch, the vocals came through nice and clear with the microphones, the actual musicians themselves, Don Henley, Joe Walsh, Deacon Frey, they were just mind-blowing. They were pitch perfect. And one really, really cool thing that they did is for some of the songs, on the big screen behind the band, they would play these kind of motion graphics to go along with the song. Take It Easy had graphics of a sunset with palm trees. Boys of Summer had this black and white shot of a tide coming in on a beach. One of these nights had these incredible shots of the Los Angeles skyline in black and white. Hotel California had this shot outside of a big hotel window at sunset, as well as these shots of these like dingy hotel corridors and it's tilting and being all atmospheric. The graphic backgrounds really brought these songs to life in a way that I've never ever experienced before. It just gave them a whole new flavour and a whole new vibe and just an aesthetic to them, which it just added to that overwhelming experience of actually hearing the songs being played live for the first time. But I gotta say, one that really blew me away, In the City, the Joe Walsh song, you had some shots of the New York skyline and some of the homeless people, the beaten and downtrodden people of New York. But then when the song starts to crescendo with that guitar solo at the end, it cuts to a shot of the Co-op Live Arena and it pans over to the Manchester City skyline. Oh my god, chills up and down the entire body. That honestly made me a little bit emotional, I'm not gonna lie to you. Out of all the songs they played, including my all-time favourite songs, Hotel California and The Boys of Summer, the In the City performance with that Manchester City skyline shot with the arena, that's the one that's sticking out in my mind. It was absolutely incredible. I'm feeling very bittersweet right now because it's a night that me and my dad have been excited for since January. And again, a lifelong dream of seeing this band live finally came true last night. And it was just an overwhelming, amazing, incredible experience that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Great arena, great venue, amazing atmosphere, incredible audio quality, picture quality on the screens, vocal quality from the band. Everything about the night was just phenomenal. The weather was crap. It was pouring down rain, freezing cold. That was a damper. Other than that, Eagles, The Last Goodbye, final tour, Manchester, June 4th, 2024. Never going to forget that night. And I also got a t-shirt. So I guess my question to you lot is, what is your favourite concert that you've ever been to? And was it your favourite band or musician of all time? And was it as overwhelming as an experience as it was for me last night? Thanks for watching, and in the words of the Eagles, take it easy.